Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to tonight's Friday, September 26, 2025, Walpole Media Corporation broadcast of Walpole High School varsity football action. My name is Rick Brown, your voice of Walpole High Sports. I'm here in the high above Turco Field on the John Lee press box, along with my co-hosts Mike Hardiman and Brady Goldman, and we'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's football game as the Walpole Timberwolves host the Raiders of Wellesley High in a Bay State Conference interdivision battle. This year's team is on the young side for Walpole, and unfortunately it's shown in the early going. For the first time since 1968, that's right, 57 years ago, the Orange and Blue has lost the first 3 games of that year. And an ironic thing about that is those previous 3 opening losses were the first 3 games ever coached by legendary coach General John Lee. That team went on to win 4, lose 1, and tie 1 for the rest of the season to finish that year at 4-4-1. But then it would be exactly 30 years until Walpole would have a losing record. Cutting down on mental mistakes and untimely penalties are needed from the T-Wolves if they hope to turn things around in 2025. Junior Aiden Hoyle has pulled in a trio of scoring passes from sophomore quarterback Blake Pileski, who along with senior running back Jeremiah Jean have accounted for Walpole's 2 rushing TDs. Blake has completed 24 of 53 passes for 217 yards with 3 scoring tosses and 4 interceptions. Obviously, Aiden Hoyle is his favorite target with 8 catches for 101 yards. Seniors Cole Brennan and Griffin McCarthy both have 3 catches for 28 yards, while co-captain Jack English has pulled in a pair for 27 yards. Rushing wise, co-captain Dylan Needham leads the way with 124 yards on 38 carries, while Jeremiah Jean has netted 55 yards on 9 carries. Wellesley, the runner-up in the Carey division, is 1-0, 1-2 overall, and is playing on the road for the first time. The Raiders opened the season by shutting out Framingham 34-0. However, Andover snagged a 31-23 victory, and Milford followed that with a 28-21 decision against the Red and Black. Quarterback Bobby Shanahan has thrown for 4 touchdown passes and scored 3 times himself for Wellesley. Tennyson Charney has found the end zone a trio of times, including a 75-yard kickoff return, so Walpole's special teams will have to keep an eye on him. Special teams have been having some problems out there. We've seen the first 3 weeks of the season. And kicking specialist Patrick Ohayagubalam has chipped in with a field goal and 6 PATs for Wellesley. Walpole dropped a 35-28 count at Wellesley last year, but going back to 2012, the Timberwolves have won 8 of 12 games with the Raiders. Gentlemen, what do you think of hopefully the positive outcome tonight?
I mean, I was hearing some of the scores for Wellesley's prior games. Andover's always strong every year. Milford's got a really good team this year. Matter of fact, Milford plays Natick tonight. I'll be curious to see how that turns out. But and they seem to stay close with them. So this is definitely going to be a challenge for the Walpole Timberwolves tonight.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a must-win for the Timberwolves. It's hard to believe, but we're in week 4, and Walpole's really in the danger zone. If they go 0-4, there's not really a great chance to make the playoffs. And there's not really many easy opponents left. This is going to be one of your easier games and one of the more winnable games, so it's going to be important for Walpole to get started early.
Yeah, their schedule has been very difficult. KP, of course, perennial Super Bowl appearances. Foxborough, even though a lower division, perennial playoff contender, sometimes even Super Bowl. And last week, Natick, who, of course, has always been a thorn in Walpole's side, and usually pretty even, but obviously Natick seems to be trending upwards this year and looks very, very strong. So they've really faced the iron. On paper, this seems to be the easiest game they've had so far, but I don't really believe that. Every game in the Bay State is a battle, so we'll see how it goes tonight.
All right, as you can see, they're out there for the coin toss. The coin is up in the air, comes down.
Number eight,
it looks like Wellesley won the coin toss. And they have deferred to the second half, so Walpole will receive going right to left on your TV screen.
Boy, I'm really struck by how many kids Wellesley has for such a big school. I mean, I don't know who they decide to dress or not dress on a road game. Sometimes that's a factor, but they really don't have a lot of kids.
No, and the roster isn't the biggest one we've seen, that's for sure.
Yeah, I actually like that Walpole's receiving first because they really got to get their offense going. It's been pretty dormant the whole season. The most points they scored in a game was 21 back when they played Foxborough. They just got to get going, got to get the short passes, got to find Aiden Hoyle, got to find Jack English, who I believe might not be playing tonight, but I'm not sure.
Who's that?
Jack English. I heard that he was inactive last week. We didn't know that, and also against Foxborough, so we'll see if they can get him going this week.
Have the playing of the national anthem by the Walpole High Pep Band. Playing of the national anthem, we will be getting underway shortly. Game time temperature is 72 degrees out. You saw the flag there. The flag is heading dead still. There's not much at all in the way of any breeze going on. And it's a beautiful night. So we will hope that our Timberwolves can get on the winning team. Start heading towards a possible playoff berth. 3 victories are needed in order to qualify. With this slow start, Walpole's really got their backs against the wall for this season.
That's like Joe Carter and back very important. Sorry.
Wellesley kicking off. Patrick Bahulam kicking for the Raiders, back deep for Walpole. Jeremiah Jean, and he's up, one of the up men, Dylan Needham. And Pat goes to Needham on the far side. He's up to the 10, 15, 20, 25, cuts it over up to close to the 30, maybe just bounce over. Good run back. Good starting position for Walpole. Looks like they're going to mark him right on the 30-yard line, and that's where Walpole will take over. Off up the middle, good run.
Yeah, that's number 3.
Joe Carter with the pickup. Pickup of about 8 to the 38.
So this is my first game. I haven't had a chance, but every year the offensive line for Walpole gets incrementally better every game. So let's hope that history of that continues this year and tonight especially.
Again, up the middle, first down, up over to the 43-yard line by...
I think that's Joe Carter again.
Interesting how they're using him when they start usually still in Needham. Needham's been pretty quiet this year, so I wonder if they could be replacing him, at least in that starter role. Joe Carter in 2 straight plays running the football.
Just a traditional I formation. Don't see that much anymore. Fullback. And the fullback gets the carry. Good pickup too.
Is that Carter again?
I think that's 6, Jack English.
Yep.
English, yep.
Yeah, the I formation, that's you don't see that as much anymore. Usually it's the quarterback is not under center like that. But Walpole coming out looking to establish the run.
Pick up of 6 on that play. Diving forward, he'll be close to a first down. He might be a yard short. That was Carter again.
It's too bad he tripped over his feet. There was a little bit of a hole there.
They are going to wave. No. They are going to wave him on. Okay, first down to the 49.
Yeah, Walpole's playing really old school football right now. Of course, they had the fullback dive, but they're really starting every play under center. Not passing the ball. See if they can open up the pass game a bit more.
Digital yard markers this year.
Yeah. New technology.
Yeah, we've gone high tech. Carter again, right up the middle. Big hole. Pick up maybe 5. We're going to mark him. Pick up of 4. Pick up of 4 to the 42.
Yeah, the Timberwolves are really controlling the tempo right now, something they haven't really done in the first 3 games. They just really have played the opponent's style of defense, and now they're really in control, it seems like.
That's Dylan Needham.
Needham gets down to about the 38, maybe.
Mason Falcone, actually. 26.
Oh, Falcone, okay.
Yeah, interesting. We haven't heard Dylan Needham's name called yet, but Walpole's still moving the football. Walpole using Jack English in that fullback position again.
3rd and about 2. Pitch left, pitch right. Falcone has it. I think he's over the inside the 35 to about the 34.
Walpole featuring multiple backs on this drive. I think 4. That's 4 different ones so far.
Yeah, they're just going run, run, run. Again, old school football.
Right.
We don't really see this often, in especially high school football, but it's working. So interesting. They're really catching Wellesley really napping here.
Pitch left. Little stumble. Still goes. He's caught. That was Carter. A loss of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, that'll force Walpole to throw the football.
2nd and about 12. Walpole, good drive going here.
Again with that I formation.
Passing, Poleski looking, throwing to his right, just overthrowing.
I thought it was going to be English at first, but English got hit by, I think, a linebacker from Wellesley. He couldn't release, but they had the secondary option a little deeper, and it was just overthrown.
Brings up 3rd and a dozen for the orange and blue. Poleski back to pack. He's being chased. Has to throw it away. He was looking for Carter, but he was lucky to get that off.
Well, it seemed to be set up okay, but he was backing up while he was throwing it, a little off balance.
It was Jeremiah Correa was right in on top of him for Wellesley, and that's why he had to hurry that throw. So Walpole is going to go for it here on 4th down.
Could do the pooch punt too. Walpole's done that a lot over the last couple of years. But they do look like they're going for it.
Pileski back, looking, firing over the middle,
Got him.
complete to Carter, down to the,
Pileski.
still going, touchdown, Walpole!
That's what Walpole needed. How about Cole Pileski for one of his first catches of the year? He goes for a touchdown catch and run. That was a great play, and just to get Walpole going like that.
Yeah, it all started with the protection. Pileski had a lot of time to, because that was a long route. So that was a 15, 20-yard downfield route. You needed a little bit of time, and he had great protection, threw a strike, and give Cole Pileski credit for breaking that first tackle and getting into the end zone.
Pileski squared.
That was Cole Pileski?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I had it as Joe Carter, my bad. Matteo Filippi for the extra point. Kick is good.
Just a great sign for Walpole right there. Able to march down the field and score a touchdown. Something they haven't been really able to do on offense, especially in the first quarter the last couple weeks. Just got to get that momentum going, and hopefully they'll be okay here.
And that was a 4th and 12 too. Right. That was crazy.
Yep.
I mean, they weren't really in punting territory, so it's not crazy that they went for it, but that's not an easy down to convert. How many yards was that touchdown?
36.
36.
It's one of their longest plays of the season, I believe.
You're
Great start.
probably
Great
right.
start for the Timberwolves.
4.5-minute drive. Good drive to start this game by Walpole. Matteo Filippi, good showing by the brigade over on that far side of the stands, all dressed in black it looks like. Man, that will go into the end zone and out. So Wellesley did attempt to run that back. They will come out to their 20 or 25. 20.
Yeah, that's a really good result there. Even getting the ball out of the back of the end zone. Walpole's special teams has been very iffy this year, so I actually really like that Wellesley starting deep in their own territory. Not too deep, but at the 20, which Walpole opponents this year have had really good starting field position. So, just got to get the momentum going.
Handoff up the middle, still on his feet. That's Jeremiah Correa. He gets maybe a yard.
Jeremiah Cologne starting at left defensive tackle, number 40. Steps up and makes the first stop of the game. It's good to get that first hit in.
Shanahan keeps it. It spins up to about the 25-yard line. Remember, 3rd and 5 for the Raiders.
Michael Cesario from his inside linebacker spot coming up with the hit there.
Big 3rd down here. Got to make a statement.
Walpole, were they drawn off or do they encroach?
Wellesley's moving backwards. I'm pretty sure it's on them.
Yep. Procedure. So now instead of having a 3rd and 5, they're going to have a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 here is a lot different than a 3rd and 5. You could potentially run it on 3rd and 5, but here on a 3rd and 10, Wellesley's going to be forced to throw. See how Walpole's pass defense can do right here.
Back to pass going over the middle. Complete. Ooh, big hit outside. Up to the 41-yard line. Pickup of 21 on the play and a first down.
It's one of Wellesley's captains, Teddy Cinciardi.
Yeah, he got really hit hard, but he got right back up. So,
yeah, I mean, not that I felt like it deserved it, but you generally see the refs pull out the flags on those types of hits. He probably led with his shoulder versus the helmet.
Yeah, Mike Caesar popped him right there.
Shanahan firing that pass in there. Pitch left. Hit. Pickup of about 2 yards.
Yeah, Correa had a lot of speed there. I thought he was going to go actually for a lot more, but Jack English was able to wrap him up right there. That's a good defensive stop from Walpole. Don't really want Correa getting going because he seems like he's one of their impact players for Wellesley, along with their 2 great wide receivers who are rumored to be D1 commits.
Second and about 8.5. Pitch over on the flat. And making the tackle. A great tackle there by Falcone.
Is that Needham? No, it wasn't. 14, Griffin McCarthy.
Griffin McCarthy.
It might have been Needham. I'm sorry. It might have been Needham.
Back to
got a flag
the
down
36.
What I loved about it, he was patient. He kind of broke down, stayed low, didn't buy any fakes, and hung on. Big loss.
A loss of about 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, Walpole read that play like a book. Huge 3rd down right here. Hopefully they can get off the field, get some more offense going. He's got to control this game.
Shanahan back again to pass, being chased. Comes out of the pocket, look, fires downfield.
Nope.
It's overthrown. Griffin McCarthy there on coverage.
Coverage was good. It forced Wellesley's quarterback to scramble. Number 17, Shanahan, got some pressure off the left edge there from Katz. Walpole's always, I was looking at Katz when they first lined up, and of course this is my first game, but they always seem to have those tall, like strong ends that rush the passer, like a Beatty last year, for example.
Right.
Yep.
Sending Needham back. Oof. Hit right away, but he held on to it at the 25-yard line. No, that was Falcone. Falcone back there for him.
So Dylan Needham might actually not be active tonight. If we haven't seen him even on special teams, I wonder if he potentially has an injury, but we don't usually like to speculate about that, but it's definitely an interesting
Did you
story.
say Dylan Needham?
Yeah, Dylan Needham.
I thought he was on the opening kickoff, but you're right. I mean, I haven't seen much of him.
Yeah,
right.
we've seen Joe Carter and Mason Falcone. They've been the 2 running backs, and of course we just saw Falcone on special teams, so maybe something's up with Needham.
This is 2 tight ends, 1 back.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Carter, Joe Carter. Yeah. Pickup of a yard on that play. 2nd and 9. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Walpole leading Wellesley 7-0.
Going back.
That's a 20 or 30-yard interception return for Wellesley.
The ball popped out of the Walpole receiver's hand, popped up in the air. It was just one of those easy pickings.
Yeah, I believe that was Cole Pileski right there, who the ball just really went right through his hands, and Wellesley was able to take advantage of it and running back for a touchdown. Potentially, we've got a tie game right here.
That's a tough break.
Yeah,
Walpole,
especially his first play with the touchdown. Had such a great play, and now really not such a great play.
Kick is up and good. And Hageblom kicks the extra point. And we are tied here.
Yeah, we'll see how Walpole responds after that play. Hopefully they, doesn't get to their head too much. The mental mistakes. Hopefully will be wiped away, and hopefully Walpole can still stay pretty smooth. They look pretty good starting out. Just one mistake can really change football games, especially what we saw right there.
Right.
Hey, Brady, help an old guy out. Is that Dylan Needham on the far right over there? That's where I thought I saw him.
Yeah, that's Dylan Needham. Believe so.
Looks like it.
It's 20.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he's not really receiving much of the. We haven't seen him in the backfield.
No, we haven't. After,
Coaching decision.
with the way the season's ended, maybe
Got to change something.
Coach Sullivan wanted to make some changes.
Dylan Needham last year in the playoffs had like 8 touchdowns in like 3 games. He was on fire, but he's really had a really cold start to the season. So I wonder if Coach Sullivan is just trying to make a change just to get that running game going that Walpole's really needed. It's been pretty stagnant in the first 3 games. Onside kick.
Onside kick.
That did not go 10 yards.
Did not go far
Didn't
enough.
go to 10 yards. So Walpole will take over on the Wellesley 48-yard line.
Tried to catch Walpole napping right there.
Yeah. Good starting field position for the Timberwolves. 2:29 left in the first quarter. We're tied 7-7 in this Bay State Conference game. And up the middle, there's Falcone still going down to about the 42 of Wellesley. Pickup of 6.
Yeah, I really like what I've seen from Mason Falcone and Joe Carter on the first 2 drives of the game. They've just been able to get extra yards and just push forward, getting closer to that first down, and really providing a pretty all-right rushing unit so far. Hopefully they can keep it up. An I formation again, Walpole going super heavy.
Yeah, Jack English lining up at fullback.
Going straight up the middle to about the 39. Third and a yard, and timeout called by Walpole. Minute 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're tied 7-7, but Walpole driving once again. The ground game has been very impressive so far. 18, 22, 20, 21, 31, 35, 38, 38 yards rushing, 44 yards rushing so far for Walpole.
I've been trying to piece it together most of the game, but I just wanted to announce the starting line for Walpole. Left tackle Matt Myers, he's a junior, number 77. Left guard Jason Falcone, another junior, number 60. At center, Drake Grant, number 75. He's a senior. At right guard, number 55, Michael Montroni, junior. And at right tackle, Pat Horgan, number 51, who's also a junior. 4 juniors in the starting lineup on the offensive line, plus Dylan Katz, who's sort of a tight end, fullback type of guy. Pretty young
Patrick
offense.
Horgan's actually a senior, so these
Who?
3 juniors. Patrick Horgan.
Okay.
3rd and a yard.
Looks like Walpole jumped.
Walpole moved on the line. And moved them back 5.
And that's going to force Walpole to pass. The Timberwolves have only had 2 pass plays this whole game to try to really keep the ball out of Blake Pileski's hands. But this is going to be an interesting 3rd and 7 coming up for Walpole. Look out for Aiden Hoyle. He hasn't had any targets on the field yet. Of course, only 2 passes attempted.
Roster sheet.
All right, Walpole comes up to the line. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Pileski to pass.
Watch out.
Gets it off, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. He was once hurried and had to get rid of that ball fast as 2 Raiders were right in on top of him.
Yeah, that time he truly didn't have any time. He did get the ball away, but it was incomplete. Forcing a punt here. So good first drive, turnover on the second drive. I think they had 1 first down on that drive, maybe 2.
Matteo Filippi into punt. Tennyson Chani back for Wellesley.
Good punt. Great punt.
And Walpole will down it at about the 6-inch line. Whoa, what a great play. Beautiful kick there. Walpole heads up on the special teams there as they were able to down that ball inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Matteo Filippi's always been super reliable at punter, but that was just probably, honestly, the best punt I've ever seen from him. Downing it right at the 6-inch line. A good heads up there from Walpole, making sure to down it. Ball almost went in the end zone, but they prevented that from happening. And Wellesley has basically the worst starting field position you could have on the field.
First down.
Five wide.
Keeper, big hole. Up to over the 1. It could be a first down for Wellesley as Shanahan kept the ball.
Pretty smart play to spread the defense out. Got a good running quarterback.
And that will end the first quarter here as the horn sounds. We've played 1 quarter here from Turco Field. The score is Walpole 7, Wellesley 7. Walpole got on the board first, 4:38 into the game when Cole Pileski picked off a 36-yard pass from Blake Pileski. Matteo Filippi's kick made it 7-0, but Wellesley came right back with an interception, a 30-yard return and an interception. And the extra point made it 7-7, and that's where we stand now. So they will switch sides of the field, and Walpole will now be going left to right on your TV screen.
Yeah, Walpole had a pretty good start to the game. They had the touchdown to Cole Pileski. Of course, they really only had 1 mistake, and that was also Cole Pileski, who dropped the football, and Wellesley was able to run it back for a touchdown. But I got to say, this team looks a lot different than they have in the last couple of games. It looks a lot more smooth. They're really relying on the running game. It's interesting. Dylan Needham didn't have a carry that whole quarter, but he's playing. We saw him on defense just make that tackle right there in the previous play. But Walpole, I'd say overall, they look a lot better. Of course, the special teams has looked a lot better. So it'll just be a grind here the next 3 quarters to see who's going to win this football game. All right, 1st and 10 for Wellesley. Start at the 11-yard line. Shanahan's in shotgun. Shanahan is going to keep the football going up the middle. Gained, looks like a couple, but brought down almost immediately by the Walpole defensive front.
Yeah, Walpole has two really good inside linebackers there with Falzone and Cesario, so they do a good job of stepping up in the hole. Defensive line does their job of holding up blockers, getting penetration, and it's up to the linebackers to finish those tackles.
No gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Bobby Shanahan, I believe, played wide receiver for Wellesley last year, but now he's in at quarterback. Lucas Prock, their previous quarterback, I believe, transferred to a school in New Jersey, private school, because he was a 4-star recruit. He was getting offers from Ohio State and University of Cincinnati, just to name a few. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Shotgun formation yet again. Shanahan dropping back, looks to his left, fires. That's going to be complete to Leibman, and I believe he has the first down up at around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they've been sort of quiet. They've had a couple catches, but those two wides and the quarterback are going to be dangerous as this game unfolds.
Spot the ball, looks like, at the 24-yard line, so it'll be a gain of around 13 on that play. Just a simple slant for Matt Leibman, who caught a touchdown against the Timberwolves last year to get the lead. Wellesley would eventually go on to win that game. And it's tied right here. 1st and 10 yet again. Man in motion. That's Keating. And the keeper is going to be to Shanahan again, and he gets upfield across the 30, it looks like. Good gain around 4.
28, maybe 29. We're going to give him the 29.
So didn't quite get to the 30, so it's a gain of around 4.
Just a couple
5, so 2nd and 5 coming up for the Raiders.
Just a couple plays early on this drive, but it feels like Wellesley's got just generating a little bit of momentum, gaining some confidence here.
Just under 10 minutes left to play. We're all tied up at 7 in the 2nd quarter. Shanahan lines up in shotgun yet again. High snap, and he's going to pitch it to the right, and he's going to get down, only a gain of around 1. Walpole snipped that out. He was actually still on his feet right there, but finally got taken down. That was Jeremiah Correa on that carry, and it'll be 3rd down for the Raiders.
Yeah, maybe I spoke too soon. That play looked a little disjointed. Didn't look like it was run as smoothly as I guess it was drawn up, but give credit. I think I saw Cologne, I think I saw Katz, I think I saw Cesario. They closed quick and made the tackle.
Yeah, Walpole's defense so far this season has been really the best part of their team. They've really kept them in a lot of games. We have a 3rd and 6 right here. They'll looks like give them a loss of 1 on that play, so interesting situation for Wellesley at their own 28-yard line. Bobby Shanahan yet again in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. 1 running back. Shanahan drops back. He's going to keep it yet again. Shanahan looking down the field. He did not get that first down. Looks like got down to around the 30. And Walpole, for the moment, stops Wellesley in their own end.
I mean, that's good discipline again by those inside linebackers. Keeping an eye on the quarterback. Obviously, some scouting has probably told them this is a guy who can throw it, but he's also a guy who can tuck it and run it. So good discipline staying with keeping an eye on him and stepping up and making the tackle before the first down.
They'll give him a gain of 2 on that play.
Needham and Hoyle back for Walpole.
It's like it would be Needham who will not field that ball, be bouncing at the 39-yard line. So Walpole will have pretty good field position, their best starting field position to start off this drive.
Boy, that was an impressive 3-and-out there, or not 3-and-out. They had 1 first down, but that was an impressive. After it felt like they were gaining a little confidence. The next 3 plays really didn't amount to much at all. So good job to Walpole defense.
Ball will be spotted actually around the 30-yard line. Still the best starting field position for the Timberwolves that they've had. Now on their 3rd drive of the game. First and 10 now. Wellesley yet again is under center. They got I formation. Jack English is the fullback. Looks like Joe Carter might be in the backfield. Hard to see from our vantage point. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff down the right side to Aiden Hoyle, who breaks a couple tackles. He gets pushed. Looks like tackled around the 32-yard line. Gain a couple on that play.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Aiden Hoyle because the Wellesley left defensive end was right there. And Aiden Hoyle made a quick cut up the middle and was able to get a good 5 yards out of that.
Second and 5 coming up for Walpole. Ball spotted at the 34. Wellesley under center yet again. I formation. 2 receivers in on the play. Wellesley hands it off. Joe Carter bouncing off a couple tackles. Joe Carter's loose. Watch out. He's down to the 50. Carter down to the 40. Looking down his man. Tackled it around the 25-yard line. What a run from Joe Carter.
Yeah, there was a hole there initially, but he had to break one tackle, and he did it. And once he broke that tackle, he was clear down the sidelines. Good strong run by Carter. Big run for the Walpole offense as they get
41 yards on that run, guys.
That's probably the longest play Walpole's had this season, and it comes on the ground from Joe Carter, who's seeing an extended role right here as the running back. Looks like they're moving the ball back. I wonder if he stepped out of bounds.
He might have stepped out of bounds, yeah, at the 37.
So still a great run. Walpole now in Wellesley territory. For the second time this game, under center's Wellesley. Wellesley, handoff, up the middle. Good gain, Joe Carter. Crosses around the 35, gets to, looks like the 33. Modest gain right there. Give him a gain of 4 on that play. It'll be second down and 6. Wellesley's under center yet again. He's not been in shotgun the whole night. Man in motion, that's Hoyle. Handoff is going to be up the middle to Joe Carter. He's going to bounce off tacklers, but be met almost immediately right after that.
To the 30-yard line.
And it's third down for Walpole.
Walpole trying to run a little the same motion with Hoyle to kind of throw the scent off, I guess, but give credit to the Wellesley defense on the right-hand side there. They were right there.
Ball spotted on the 31.
Third and about 4.
Wellesley's under center yet again.
Looks like Falcone in the game.
Going to be a handoff up the middle to the fullback, trying to push forward for the first down. It's Jack English. I do not believe he got it.
28 maybe.
So he gained around 2 on that play, I believe. So it'll be a 4th and short situation for the Timberwolves. And it looks like their offense is staying on the field. Timberwolves had a long touchdown on 4th and 12 earlier to Cole Wellesley. This one, 4th and 2. From the 31. 29 actually. Wellesley's under center yet again. I formation. English is the fullback. Handoff is going to be a Mason Falcone trying to go up the middle. Falcone pushing forward. We'll see where they spot it. Walpole's pointing that they've got it. No signal from the officials. And Walpole has the first down. Great extra effort there from Mason Falcone to gain all he needed. Walpole keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, Falcone did have the extra effort. You're absolutely right about that. He got hit, he got turned around, and he kept pushing backwards until he fell forward enough to, just enough, I guess, to get that first down.
First and 10 for the Timberwolves. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Heavy formation yet again. Wellesley, pitch. Falcone going down the right side. Falcone has a little bit of room and gets a good gain right there. Second down for Walpole coming up. Give him 5 on that play. So it'll be second and 5 for Walpole.
How many pass attempts do you have, Rick, for Walpole? How many pass attempts do you have for Walpole? 5. Got it.
Wellesley's under center on a second and 5. Pileski, handoff. Needham for his first touch of the game. Needham trying to push forward for the first down. And it looks like he will be just a bit short. So it'll be third down and short for the Timberwolves.
Looks like they're moving it. They're moving the chains.
Oh, yeah. Gave it to him. Walpole's in the red zone for the first time in the game. Fresh set of downs for the Timberwolves. 3:20 left to go in the second quarter. From the 15, Pileski's under center, as he's been this whole night. Handoff's going to be to Dylan Needham to the left side. Needham immediately tackled for a no gain. Walpole using their time of possession right here, trying to not give Wellesley the ball back. The Raiders do get the second half kickoff, so they're probably trying to play a bit conservative right here, but also score some points.
Definitely a running back by committee tonight with Needham, Carter, English, and Falcone, even Hoyle.
2nd and 8.
Hoyle, sorry.
2.5 minutes left to go. Handoff, Needham, up the middle, Needham, big hole, Needham is gone!
6
Touchdown,
points.
Walpole!
Did they give it to him?
Touchdown, Dylan Needham.
And we were saying that Needham was not really getting much action. Well, now he's found the end zone, and Walpole gets up 13-7 in the second.
Well, last year when Needham really exploded the last half of the year, I mean, I love the way he would jump cut. That's exactly what he did there, right? He jump cut to the right when he saw the hole, and he was gone once he made that first guy miss.
Extra point attempt by Filippi. Connor Vigneault, the long snapper. Blake Pileski, the holder. Kick is up, and it is good. Walpole up 14-7 with 2:23 left to go in the second quarter.
You know, that was a man's drive. I mean, they just ran the ball, and said,
Right.
go ahead and stop us. And it wasn't 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but it wasn't much more. So they were just 4 yards, 5 yards, and then the last one was the explosive run by Needham for the touchdown. I tell you, like I tell Coach Costello this every year, he coaches the offensive line. Like, his line just gets better as the year goes on. And hopefully we'll continue to see that this year. And they're doing a great job tonight.
They sure are. Walpole leads in the second quarter for, I believe, the first time this season.
I think you're right. I was just going to say that Walpole leads for the first time all season. Well, wait, they had the 7-0 lead here.
They did, yes. But I believe in the second quarter they haven't led.
Yeah, right.
So, Walpole finding some momentum. They played very well tonight. Wellesley does get the second half kickoff, so it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they go on this drive. Ideally, Walpole wants to be leading going into the second half at this point. Felipe signals and kicks it off deep. Spiraling kick. It's going to be covered at around the 10. Now down to the 15, cutting up field to the 20. And tackled it around, looks like the 21.
It's Will Zalosh, one of their captains.
Mason Falcone, special teams, defense, offense. He's doing it all tonight.
Wellesley will start with the 1st and 10.
On the 21.
I believe, yeah, looks like around there.
2:16 left to go in the half.
First and 10, Bobby Shanahan back onto the field. Wellesley has not had the ball much in this second quarter. Man in motion, that's Zalosh. He's going to keep it himself and gets to around the 27, it looks like. A modest gain right there for Bobby Shanahan, the quarterback. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Ball will be spotted, looks like, at around the 28.
Jerome Mallory, senior right cornerback, getting some time. Just wanted to bring that up.
Shanahan in the shotgun. Man in motion. Shanahan dropping back. He is going to look to throw, and we got whistles.
Flags.
Looks like this one will be on Wellesley. Walpole pointing to their side. And we'll move him back 5 yards. Second and 10 now for Wellesley. They're letting the clock run down to 90 seconds left. And then they don't seem to be showing much urgency, which is interesting.
It's interesting that the clock's running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Just letting it run down.
Well, on a penalty.
Second and 9. Shanahan looking to his right, fires, that's complete, and a first down. Still going down to around the 40-yard line is Tenson Charney on that play. Wellesley now marching.
Yeah, that in cut has been there 3 or 4 times tonight. So it seems to be a throw that the quarterback's Shanahan's comfortable with.
Raiders going hurry up. Shanahan looking to throw. He's got a bunch of time. Shanahan navigating the pocket. Now he's going to take off and slides down. Looks like at around the 42, 43-yard line. Pickup of a couple on that play.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's a big kid. I'm surprised he didn't try to gain more yards.
I think in one of the earlier games for Wellesley, he rushed for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
So, I think he may have had 3 touchdowns there. It might have been, well, I don't remember who it was against, but he rushed for over 100 yards, had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So he's not afraid to run with the ball.
Definitely.
And at his size, too.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah, which is why it's surprising that, he did slide right there. I thought he could have picked up a little bit more on that play. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 7 at their own 43. Wellesley, of course, calling a timeout right there. I believe it's their first one they've used. They have 2 left. So 2nd down and 7. Shanahan from the gun yet again. He's going to go back to around the 37. Man in motion yet again. Shanahan looking to throw. Shanahan, time. Shanahan going to try to escape yet again. Shanahan now down to the 45 of Wellesley. Pickup of a couple. They do not get the first down. Clock will stop at 39 seconds as the Raiders call a timeout.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a coverage sack, but I wouldn't call that a sack. I'd call it a coverage sack at best. I know it wasn't a sack. He gained a few yards, but there was nobody open. So credit to the Walpole defensive backs. He forced Shanahan to tuck it and run. And I think that was Cologne as one of the kids that was in on the trip.
3rd and 4 coming up for the Raiders. They are 1-2 on the season. Their lone win coming against Milford.
Nope, Framingham.
Framingham, that's my bad. Different team that played Milford. But they lost to Andover to open their season. 3rd and 4 for the Raiders. Crowd making some noise. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Man in motion yet again. Going to be a fake. Looking to throw a Shanahan all the time in the world, trying to fire deep, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he had
Will Zalosh on that play.
Griffin McCarthy on coverage.
So it'll be 4th and 4 for the Raiders. We'll see what they do right here.
Again, he had all day.
He did.
But Walpole's only rushing 4. I think with the speed and the talent of the wide receiver crew, they're probably being conservative with the blitzing and dropping as many guys as they can back into coverage. But again, the coverage was really good. Griffin McCarthy was right there, and they forced a 4th down here.
Wellesley keeping their offense on the field momentarily.
Shanahan's going out there.
Yeah. Huge play in this game. 32 seconds left. Wellesley has 1 timeout. I believe Walpole has 2. And we have whistles, and it looks like we have a timeout by Walpole.
Yeah. So this is a big play defensively for Walpole here. You'd like to go into the dressing room at halftime with the lead And I always have felt that when a team scores late in a half, they've got the momentum all in their favor going into that second half. So you've got to keep Wellesley out of the end zone.
Yeah. Raiders, of course, receive the second half kickoff, and right now it actually looks like they might be punting.
I kind of agree with that. I mean, if you give Walpole the ball, they have a good field goal kicker. He's got a little bit of a leg on him. You need like one completed pass, and you're trying a field goal.
So Wellesley will be punting. Walpole trying to get a big return right here. It's in the air. It's like fielded at around the 24.
4-yard line, yeah.
With 20 seconds left, I'd be surprised if Walpole does anything after this. I would just take a knee, go into the locker room, up 7. We'll have 18 seconds left. Walpole will go into the half with a lead for the first time this season.
And it does look like Pileski will take a knee.
And he will.
He does.
So Walpole, after a pretty wild game so far, it's 14-7 going to the half. Like I just said, the Timberwolves looking good so far. And we'll see if they can get that momentum going into the second half.
We'll get the scoring summary here. Cole Pileski caught a 36-yard pass from Blake Pileski to start the scoring for Walpole. Matteo Filippi's kick was good, and it made it 7-0 Walpole. Wellesley came right back with an interception, 30-yard return. The extra point made it 7-7. That ended the first quarter. In the second quarter, Dylan Needham, who hadn't done much before this, he hadn't been carrying the ball at all much. He got the call, went in from 13 yards, bowled his way in, and Filippi's kick made it 14-7. That's where we stand now. The two teams will take a break. We'll do the same. We'll be back shortly with second half action.
And introducing Walpole High Team.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to second half action here from Turco Field, where your Walpole Timberwolves hold a 14-7 lead over the Raiders of Wellesley High School in this Bay State Conference game. Give you some first half rushing stats. Joe Carter, 9 carries, 67 yards. Mason Falcone, 6 carries, 25 yards. Dylan Needham, 3 carries, 18 yards. Jack English, 2 for 8 yards. And Aiden Hoyle, 5 yards on the 1 carry he had. All told, Walpole, 21 carries for 123 yards. Only 1 completion for Pileski, but it was a 36-yard touchdown pass to Cole Pileski. They're cousins, right? They're not brothers?
They're brothers, I believe.
Oh, they are brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's the 3 Pileskis. Michael Pileski, who just graduated last year, was also on the team. So, yeah, they're all 3 great brothers who have provided a lot for this Walpole football team.
Walpole will be kicking off and going right to left on your TV screen.
Pileski signals. And we are underway here in the second half. Looks like Wellesley's going to take it around the 10, cutting upfield to the 15, still on his feet, and tackled, looks like, at around the 20-yard line.
I think they're going to give him about the 23.
Yeah, it's so hard to see from our vantage point. Obviously, the John Lee press box, we're pretty far away from the field, but we can still see pretty okay. That's where Wellesley will set up.
What do you want to do? Color.
First and 10 for Wellesley. At their own 24 is where they'll spot it. Shanahan in the shotgun. He more run the football a lot in this game. He hasn't really passed it. Only a couple completions. Really hasn't been much of a passing football game. Lots of runs. First and 10. Shanahan in the shotgun. Man in motion. That's Zalosh. And the handoff is going to be to Zalosh, who bounces outside and gains a couple on that play. Looks like he got down around the 25-yard line.
I think that was Mason Falcone. Mason Falcone has made his presence known on defense, offense, special teams. Just having a heck of a game.
Pickup of less than 2 on that.
Second down for Wellesley. Shanahan, nobody in the backfield. He's going to drop back, looks to his right, fires a slant to nobody, incomplete. Griffin McCarthy almost had the interception right there, and boy, Bobby Shanahan was pretty lucky that ball wasn't picked off.
Yeah, they've had that play all game. I think they were like 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on it. But Tennyson stopped. I don't know if the pass was on target, but Tennyson stopped.
Yeah, the pass was nowhere near him.
Yeah.
Interesting play right there, trying to go for the slant. They couldn't get it, so it's a 3rd and 9 for Wellesley. Key play right here. See if Walpole can get off the field. Trips to the right. It's like 5 receivers in the game for the Raiders. Nobody in the backfield. Shanahan drops back, looks to his right, fires short. That's going to be dropped and incomplete. And Walpole does get off the field. Looking for, looks like that was Weston Helmer on that play.
Weston Helmer, right.
First time we've called his name, and it's 4th down.
Well, I have to call out the defensive line on that one. That was really maybe the first or second time they've applied some pressure. It forced the Wellesley quarterback to actually make the quick decision into the flat, which was going to be minimal chance for a first down. So good job by the defensive line. Cologne was one of them. I think a linebacker was coming on the blitz as well.
Andrew Daniel back to punt for the Raiders.
Looks like it's Dylan Needham for Walpole. He's going to look to receive the
almost
punt.
blocked.
And he's going to, looks like, not take the ball. It will bounce, looks like, take a nice Walpole bounce to the 46-yard line. And the best starting field position by far tonight for the Timberwolves. It'll be at the 46. So Wellesley only uses 54 seconds. They go 3 and out. Walpole's got a prime opportunity right here to really take control of this game. Pileski only attempted a couple passes in the first half. But he's back out here. Looks like I formation yet again for Walpole. They're really simplifying the offense tonight, and it's been working. Pileski under center. Pileski hands it off up the middle and tackle around. Looks like the 47-yard line looks like that was
Dylan Needham.
Dylan Needham on that play for the first carry of the half for Walpole. So I wonder why we didn't see much of Dylan Needham at all in that first quarter. It looks like he's the starting running back in the second half.
Whatever it was, it worked.
Yeah.
Walpole did move the ball well on the ground.
Be a gain of 1 on that play. Ball be spotted at looks like the 47-yard line. Pileski yet again under center. Pileski gonna look to throw. Short pass that's caught. And looks like that's Aiden Hoyle on the far side. Tackled into Wellesley territory at around the 46 of the Raiders.
Yeah, run. It just sets up that little quick hitch on the outside there. Good 5-6 yard gain. Pass was on the money. Sets up a makeable 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4-ish.
They'll call it a 3rd and 3 looks like on the field. Walpole in Wellesley territory. Pileski's under center. Looks like it's Dylan Needham in the backfield. Griffin McCarthy at the bottom of your screen. Going to be a pitch to the right. It's Dylan Needham trying to find the first down. Cuts upfield. Needham looks to be a bit shy of the first down.
Yeah, just a bit shy. Little misdirection there. They had English kind of coming in motion to the left, but the pitch went right to Dylan Needham.
Walpole has a 4th down. See if they go for it here. They are 2 for 2 on 4th down tonight. And don't look pretty hesitant to keep the
4th and a
offense
yard
on the field. See what the Timberwolves can do. I believe they've only punted 1 time tonight. Here's a big 4th down. Pileski's under center. On a 4th and 1. Pileski up the middle. That's going to be a first down, I believe, for Walpole as they push the change and keep the drive alive. That was Mason Falcone on that carry, who flew right out of a cannon and gained the first down for Walpole.
Just lining them up man to man and saying, you got to stop us. I mean, you can't stop us 4 downs.
Walpole now 3 for 3 on 4th down tonight. That's been the huge story for their offense. Just staying on the field. I formation yet again. Pileski, pitch left. That's going to be Joe Carter trying to find a seam. Carter cutting upfield. Carter still on his feet. Not tackled and finally down at around the 30-yard line. Huge pickup on that play.
Pickup of 12.
Walpole gets another first down.
Joe Carter having a breakout game here tonight. Actually, as he was coming to the edge there, I didn't see much, but he made one cut and was a little burst, and he found a little opening there. Good run.
1st and 10. They'll call that around the 31-yard line. Pileski, handoff. Nope, he's going to fake it. Pileski fires right. That's going to be dropped and incomplete.
Wow, it was there, too. It was there. The throw was there, but I mean, I would say it was a tiny bit behind him. English got his hands on it, which he'll tell you that, hey, if I get my hands on it, I should get it. But throw was a tiny bit behind. But boy, that was a good call. Run. Little play action. English had some space too if he was let a little bit more.
2nd and 10 for Walpole. Student section making some noise. 2 receivers in on the play. Pileski, pitch left. That's going to be Joe Carter again, who gets a huge hit right there. Gains about a yard. It'll be 3rd down for Walpole. Most likely this is 2-down territory for the Timberwolves. Ball's at the 30. You're kind of in no man's land. And the Timberwolves have been 3 for 3 on 4th down tonight, so see what they do here. 3rd and 10. I formation yet again. Pileski, play fake. Pileski, time, fires right short. That's going to be caught and immediately tackled at around the 29-yard line. I believe that was Mason Falcone on that play. hard to tell from our vantage point, but he gains around a yard. It's 4th down for the Timberwolves. And the offense, yet again, for the 4th time tonight, are staying on the field on 4th down. Huge play right here. Actually give him a game of 3 on that play. It's 4th and 6. For the first time tonight, Plesky in the shotgun. Plesky looking. Time. Plenty of time. Plesky fires. Down the middle. It's caught. Cole Plesky again. Down to the 5.
Cole Plesky.
Same play as the touchdown play. Same exact play. Same actual great protection, just like the touchdown play. Same receiver, his brother.
And that's the connection that Walpole's been looking for in the first 3 games. Cole Plesky has been pretty quiet, but he has 2 huge catches tonight on 4th down. And Walpole now looks like at the 4.
A pickup of 24 on that play.
It's Plesky to Plesky. Now 1st and goal to go for Walpole. Plesky's under center. Plesky hands it off, up the middle, diving into the end zone. We'll see if they give it to him.
I love the call. Jack English getting a chance to carry the rock after blocking all night.
Not going to get the touchdown right there. Cole Plesky coming off the field. He has his helmet off. Dylan Needham looks like with the carry, and the ball spotted, looks like at the 1 yard line, so barely did not get in. It's 2nd and goal from the 1. Plesky under center, I formation. Jack English is the fullback. Hand off to English, up the middle, powering forward. He is not in.
Walpole plays SMA. Now they signal touchdown.
Touchdown Walpole. Jack English, his first touchdown of the season, makes it a 2-score game for the Timberwolves.
Great drive for the Timberwolves. Again, just lining up, big boy football, running the ball, mixing in a little play action. Downfield pass to Plesky brothers connect.
Gotta say, Walpole has looked a lot smoother in this game. There's the extra point right here from Matteo Filippi. Is up and it is through. It's 21-7. Walpole has their first 2-score lead of the season. It comes with 5:12 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and the energy right now for the Timberwolves is pretty good.
You can feel it out there. They're very confident in their ground game so far, and Blake Plesky's had a couple of key receptions that he's been able to make. But Walpole's offense is moving the ball really well today, and the defense is doing the job. Defense is keeping Wellesley off track, even with Shanahan, the big guy out there, doing a lot of running for them. They're keying in on them, and they're just doing a great job. Filippi, the kickoff for Walpole.
Yeah, the unfortunate bounce on the missed pass connection for Wellesley's touchdown was really the only blemish, one of the only blemishes tonight.
Walpole trying to get their first win of the season.
If you watch the 2 guys back deep for Wellesley, they switch. As soon as they approach the ball, they switch. The guy on the right goes to the left, the guy on the left goes to the right. So you don't know exactly which way. You can't kick away from anyone.
Filippi signals and kicks it off. Very deep, and ball's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Wellesley will start at their own 25. Walpole's not allowed to return at all tonight, which is something they struggled with in the first 3 weeks of the season.
So it'll be first down from the 20.
25, I believe they'll call it.
Nope. Set up on the 20.
Nope, yeah.
I thought earlier in the season they were setting on the 25.
Yeah, I believe earlier actually they set up on the 25, so...
One of the games, I don't know whether it was King Philip or if it was Foxborough, but they were setting up on the 25.
Yeah. Rules could differ.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10, Bobby Shanahan comes back to the field for Wellesley. The Raiders really have not had much offense all night. They haven't really been in, I don't think they've been in Walpole territory the whole night. It's just been pretty stagnant. Shanahan in shotgun. Man in motion. Shanahan, handoff left. Correa, no, it's going to be a keeper by Shanahan. Shanahan slides down, gains a couple. Charlie
the
foul zone on that tackle.
Dylan Katz coming up on the tackle there. I'll be curious to see if they open it up. They've got a couple good wide receivers. Shanahan can throw the ball.
Second down for Wellesley.
It's definitely not panic time for them,
Whoa.
but like
personal
curious to see
foul
if they open up
against
a little bit.
Walpole.
Well, that's a mistake.
I think it was a late hit.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Last thing you
Wow,
want
they're
is
really
Wellesley
going
to
on.
come back in this game.
To the 37, 38 yard line.
See if it comes back to haunt Walpole, especially right there. Don't want to give him momentum. 1st and 10. Looks like they'll spot it at the 37-yard line. Shanahan in shotgun. 2 receivers to his left. Low snap. He picks it up. Shanahan looking. Now going to go to his right. Shanahan looking down the field. Fires incomplete. Looking for Will Zalosh on that play. Walpole with the excellent coverage, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, again, Walpole's decided to only rush 4 guys. Now, last year and in previous years, they like to bring at least 1 linebacker. Tonight, only 4 guys, so 7 guys back in coverage. And a couple times now, Shanahan has had to pull the ball down and scramble and try to buy more time.
2nd down and 10 for the Raiders. Student section starting to play a pretty big factor in this game. They're getting pretty loud. Shanahan in shotgun. Walpole's been all over him tonight. Man in motion, that's Cheney. And the handoff is going to be to Cheney down the left side. Cheney up at around the 40-yard line. Gains around 3 yards on that play. And it'll be 3rd down for Wellesley.
Yeah, I think that was Dylan Needham who came up and made the first contact. Walpole's really having an excellent tackling game. Shanahan, Tennyson, they're some dangerous guys, and they've kept them in check pretty much. Couple plays made by each guy, but I would say they've done a really good job with the short tackling.
Just hit under 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball spotted at, looks like the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders. Charney at the bottom of your screen. Just had that carry right there on the previous play. Shotgun formation. Man in motion, that's Leidman. He's been pretty quiet tonight. Dropping back, looking, fires right. That's going to be incomplete. Great defense right there from Jack English.
He hit him just as the ball got there. I know Liebman would like to get a call on that, but he timed that. English timed that hit perfectly.
Yeah. And so Wellesley out in punt formation, and Walpole again gets them off the field. Dylan Needham back deep for the Timberwolves. Trying to provide a spark, potentially break this game wide open with a score. And they'll punt it very high in the air. Needham, who muffed a punt last week, is going to decide not to touch it. And the ball will roll, looks like, to around the 28, 27-yard line. So that's where Walpole will set up shop late in the 3rd quarter. .318 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Timberwolves have looked pretty good in this game. Looks like we have
another
penalty,
foul here.
Both guys, English and number 56 for Wellesley, were kind of going at it down here.
Yeah.
But offsetting penalties,
Yeah.
so there we go.
Ball will be spotted. They'll say it around the 26-yard line, actually. We have whistles right here.
The chain gang really hasn't moved too far down.
Yeah. Probably what's the issue right here. Unless they're
Wellesley's
respot the
moving
ball.
back. They might be going to punt again.
Interesting. Ball's moving up, and no, the ball's at the 42-yard line. So I
Whoa.
wonder if they called that on Wellesley. They must have.
Must have been just a Wellesley penalty.
So nonetheless, Walpole gets great field position. They'll start at the 42 instead of the 26.
Yeah, the original signal was from on both sides.
I
but,
thought so too.
Yeah. Plesky starts out under center. Plesky, pitch left, going down the field. That looks like that's gonna be
running
Jeremiah
back.
Jean on that play. And he gets
Jeremiah
around the
Jean? Yeah, Jeremiah Jean.
46-yard line. Jean, of course, had the 36-yard touchdown run last week, which was basically garbage time, but they're putting him in here in the third quarter. Interesting decision by the Timberwolves.
That's the 5th different running back Walpole's used tonight. Little speed there, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 5 now for the Timberwolves. They give him 5 on the previous play. I formation. Jean is in the backfield. Handoff is to Jean, who goes up the middle, bursts to around the 49-yard line. Does not pick up the first down, but comes about 2 yards shy. So it'll be 3rd down. Now it looks like Dylan Needham going to check back into the game for the Timberwolves, in for Jeremiah Jean. So a couple pretty good runs there from the junior. Gain 3 on the last play. It's 3rd and 2. Plesky's under center. Plesky, pitch right. Needham trying to find the first down. Needham up the field. He gains it. First down, Walpole.
Boy, he is really good at making that cut when he sees a hole. And when he cuts, he bursts. And he had a great finish on that run. As he was getting tackled, he was able to fall over the first down line. Walpole just churning up the clock.
Down to 140 and counting here in the third quarter.
Walpole trying to really take this clock down. They've really been controlling the game. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. Handoff is going to be to Dylan Needham down the right side. Needham into a slew of defenders, and maybe gains 1 on that play. It's 2nd down.
There's somebody down on the field for Walpole.
And a timeout's going to be called.
That might be Needham.
He's getting up. It was Needham.
Yeah, it was Needham.
Yeah, but he's able to walk off under his own power. That's a good sign.
Yeah, hopefully it was just a cramp right there. Never like to see your starting running back go down like that. Walpole, as we've seen tonight, has plenty of other options. So we'll see who they go to on the next play. Gave him 3 on that last play. It's 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted at the 45 of Wellesley.
A little bit different setup here. With
Split formation. Plesky dropping back.
Screen.
It's going to be a screen. It's going to be read beautifully by Wellesley. A loss of 5 in that play. Joe Carter got lit up almost immediately.
He gets tackled back in. They're going to mark it on the 49. A loss on the play of 4.
Brady, you're right. That was read really nicely. Number 7 for Wellesley. Stepped up and made a solid tackle.
Yeah, it was Cameron Poirier on the tackle for Wellesley. It's 3rd down and long for the Timberwolves. Call it 3rd and 12. Shotgun. Plesky looking. Plesky times. He's going to launch it deep down the field.
All alone.
Cole Plesky. How did he get that open? Touchdown,
There was
Walpole.
nobody within 20 yards of him.
The 2nd touchdown tonight by Cole Plesky from Blake Plesky. And Walpole's turning this one into a laugher.
49-yard pass reception.
Unbelievable. And just like that, Walpole gets up to a 3-score lead.
10:47, the time of that touchdown. Matteo Filippi looking for the extra point here.
Great protection again, allowed Blake to step up and actually just throw it accurately.
Filippi signals. Kick is
That's
up.
good.
It is right down the middle, and Walpole's up 28-7. They've now scored their most points of the season, and they're looking good here at the end of the third quarter. I don't know how Cole Pileski got that wide open.
That was unbelievable. There was
Nobody within 30 yards.
20 yards, 20, 25 yards. There was nobody there. In fact, there were more Walpole players down there than there were Wellesley. I don't know what Wellesley was. I don't know, but it was. We'll take it.
It's 28-7 now. Looks like a player was a little bit shaken up for the Raiders. Comes with 13 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Timberwolves scoring 2 touchdowns. And really, Wellesley has had no offense tonight. Their only points have been off a Walpole turnover, a pick 6 in the first quarter.
Filippi lining up the kick.
And he's going to boot it in the air. Short kick. Taken now at around the 10. Cutting up field to the 15 and tackle it at looks like the 20-yard line.
Falcone on the tackle.
Extra after that play.
I'm sorry, Charlie Falzone on the tackle.
Yeah, I want to call out Nate Gonzalez, 44. Great hustle. Great hustle. He forced Tennyson to go basically into a pile of Walpole kids who were able to kind of wrap up. I think, what was that, Charlie Falcone?
Falzone, yeah.
Yeah.
Now the last play of the third quarter with 5 seconds left. Walpole's had definitely their best 3 quarters of the season tonight. And who knows, this could maybe start something for the Timberwolves. Try to get on a little bit of a winning streak for next week when they play Needham on the road at the Hill.
And then there'll be a bye week after that.
Shanahan going to hand it off down the right side. A little bit of a hole. Bursting upfield and gets to around the 26-yard line is Correa. And that will be the third quarter. Walpole all over Wellesley by a score of 28-7. And they're looking good going into the fourth.
Yeah, really nothing to nitpick at tonight. I mean, they're playing a pretty clean game. They have the one turnover. I think they've only had 1 penalty, maybe 2. Just a solid job. I think they're doing a great job tackling. The offensive line has been really solid. I think the backs have seen even a little bit of holes and been able to make that one cut to get the extra yard or 2. Just a really solid effort tonight so far for the Timberwolves, but it's not over. You can't count your chickens. If you're 0-3, you have to finish. So.
So it's on the Wellesley 27.
Shanahan looking, time, gonna fire deep down the left sideline. No one open, incomplete. And they're gonna get a flag as live
Pass interference, yeah.
Yeah, pass interference looks like.
Yeah, Jerome Mallory was trying to get his footing. He actually tripped kind of a little bit and almost kind of fell into the back of the Wellesley wide receiver. So tough one, tough break.
Wellesley will get better field position now. Officials discussing where to spot the football. Flag is down at the 48 of Walpole. I believe it's a spot foul in high school. Could be wrong. Actually, they're moving the ball back.
So it'll probably be a 10-yard penalty maybe from here,
Could be.
which would be a lot better for Walpole.
Yeah.
Dylan Needham's back out there on defense, so whatever happened to him on that run seems to have got through it.
They're going to call a 5-yard penalty, actually, so ball will be spotted at the 42. It will be a fresh set of downs for Wellesley.
But it is a first down.
Yep.
Yep.
Shanahan in shotgun. Shanahan dropping back, looking right, fires. No, he's going to keep it. Shanahan now surveying down the field under a lot of pressure. Fires incomplete to the Walpole sideline.
Again, I mean, listen, they're not rushing. They're not blitzing. The linebackers are spying, because I noticed when he did tuck it, I think that was Falcone and Jack English were all over, stepped up really quick. But great coverage downfield again. Really a lot of credit to the DBs.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Again, no receiver for Wellesley has been open tonight. Really, the Walpole secondary has been pretty stellar, to say the least.
Quite an improvement this week from last week, especially. The Timberwolves certainly came to play tonight.
Oh, yeah. And they're playing with a lot on the line in the 4th week of the season, trying to get their first win. In pretty good shape right now. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. That's Keating in motion. Going to be a keeper up the middle. Shanahan's got a first down and more. There goes Shanahan down the field. Down, still going. Tackled now around the 21-yard line. And the longest play of the night for Wellesley is a big one.
Yeah, one of the few times that they've been able to find some daylight for Shanahan.
36 yards on that.
Wellesley's going, hurry up. Ball spotted around the 21. Dropping back, looking, a lot of pressure, and he just gets rid of it incomplete.
Was there a receiver out there? I don't know.
Not sure. Officials will look to see what happened on that play as Shanahan got hit hard.
It was Mason Falcone was one of them in there.
And they are going to call intentional grounding.
Yeah. Intentional grounding.
Wellesley
So that's a
went too
loss
fast
of
right
down
there.
and
Yeah.
10 yards,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So a little bit of a mistake there from the Raiders.
And I think Shanahan might have got shook up a little bit there.
It took him a little bit just to get up after that play. Talking to, I believe, his head coach right there, Jesse Davis, for Wellesley. Wellesley, I believe this is their 2nd time in Walpole territory tonight. They've just been pretty quiet on offense. Team that hasn't really had much problem scoring this season. Walpole's really provided great defense against them. Shanahan on a 2nd and long. Man in motion, that's Zalosh. Shanahan dropping back, it's a screen left, that's caught. Liebman turning upfield, Liebman still on his feet, down to around, looks like he got in. Touchdown Wellesley. And that's exactly what the Raiders needed to get right back into this football game.
That was a play that Milton loves to run with that wide receiver coming from the far side behind 2 or 3 inside wides, creating a little bit of a screen type of play, and they ran that one to perfection.
Comes with 10.5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Extra point is up, and it is good. Barely.
Boy, that just
Yeah.
made it up. I don't know if it got deflected at the line, but it just crossed that crossbar.
So it's 28-14. Timberwolves will come back to the field.
Okay, they've got to shake that off
Yeah.
and just come back out. Just continue playing the way they've been doing the first 3+ quarters here.
Looking
like,
for the onside kick.
Yeah. Wellesley tried to do that earlier. They tried to catch Walpole napping at 7-7, but did not work. In a little bit of desperation mode. Patrick O'Habelum gonna do the honors for Wellesley. And nope, not gonna be an onside kick as they catch Walpole off guard. It's gonna be handled by Carter at the 5. Carter now has to turn off field without any blockers. Carter now tackled down to 15. And that's where they'll start their drive.
Oh, Wellesley, I mean, they got what they wanted out of that one if they weren't going to onside kick. They got Walpole pinned pretty deep. Nice to see a couple first downs here, running some clock.
Yeah, Walpole most likely going to try to run it. They've done a pretty good job tonight with the running game. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 15. Pileski under center. Pileski, handoff, Falcone up the middle. And he gains, looks like a couple on that play.
I think he lost.
Well,
He lost a yard.
it'll be 2nd and long for the Timberwolves.
Clock still running, 9:55 and counting here in the regulation.
2nd and 11 for Walpole. Aiden Hoyle at the bottom of your screen. He's been pretty quiet tonight. It's been Cole Pileski who's been the leading receiver for Walpole. Pileski, play fake. Pressure from his right. Fires, incomplete.
Yeah.
Couldn't get to Jack English. Ball was just a bit off target. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, Wellesley defender kind of was in his angle. He tried to throw it sidearm, and that just caused an errant throw. That little flat pass has given Pileski a little bit of problems tonight. I mean, he's had a combination of pressure, and then one time just threw a tiny bit behind English.
I really want to see them pick up a first down here. I don't want to see them 3 and out here. They'll be playing right into Wellesley's hand.
And still plenty of time left to go. 9.5 minutes. Pileski gonna look to throw. Pileski has time. Fires to his right and can't hook up with his brother. Incomplete. Ball is again a little bit low. And so Walpole does go 3 and out.
I mean, that's the play that's worked all night, that in cut to his brother.
Pileski tried to one-hand the catch. The receiver, Cole Pileski, tried to one-hand that catch. Couldn't quite hold on to it.
And the worst thing about that is that didn't take any time off the clock. There's still plenty of time in this game. Wellesley's going to have a shot at this. Felipe back doing the punting for Walpole. Kicks it into the air. Short hang time. And it's going to be handled at around the 50. Has some room. And tackled at around the 38-yard line. And so Wellesley will have beautiful field position. And they're providing a little bit of pressure on the Timberwolves. Jack Benner on the tackle for Walpole. Wellesley starting to sneak up on the Timberwolves. Down 2 scores, but pretty good field position and a little bit of momentum.
And a lot of time on the clock.
Oh, yeah. That clock could not be any slower for the Timberwolves. They got to keep him out of the end zone. First and 10 now. Jeremiah Correa in the backfield. Shanahan lines up right next to him. Trips to the right. One receiver to his left. Man in motion. That's Will Zalosh. Shanahan dropping way back. Has a bunch of time. Gonna fire deep down the right sideline. It is knocked down and incomplete.
What a great coverage play. I think that was Griffin McCarthy, number 14, with him all the way. Did not pass interfere.
Got his hand up just as the ball got there.
Yeah, turned his head right when the ball got there and made the play. Oh, what a fantastic play.
2nd and 10 now for Wellesley. It's going to be a pretty tough throw anyways. McCarthy was all over the coverage on that one. 9:13 left to go in the fourth quarter. Shanahan from the gun. Trips to the left this time. Going to keep it himself, trying to find an angle, trying to get that first down. He's got it and more. And Shanahan tackled it around the 26-yard line by, looks like, Griffin McCarthy on that play. So move the sticks for the Raiders. Clock ticking down to 8:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wellesley using all the time they want right here. Not in much urgency to score as they come back to the line. Trips to the left yet again. 4 receivers on the play. Correa is the lone running back. Man in motion. Shanahan looking to throw. Backpedals, fires deep down the left sideline, looking for Zaylosh. It is caught. Did he catch it in bounds? Incomplete is the signal by the officials.
Could not stay in bounds. He did make the catch, but he couldn't stay in bounds.
Boy, he couldn't have put that ball any better.
Beautiful pass.
Walpole dodges a ginormous bullet right there.
That was Zaylosh. Yeah, Zaylosh on the reception, but just, step out.
Yeah, just missed him on that play.
I should learn how to use the TV when my vision's cut out on the corner here.
Yeah.
Wow, he put it the only spot in a spot because it was pretty good coverage. He was about a half a step behind the Walpole defender, but it was good coverage, and he just put it in the corner perfectly.
Right.
2nd and 10 now. 8:04 left to go in the fourth quarter, and we've got stoppage of play right here. 2nd and 10. Shanahan looking to his left. Shanahan fires. It's going to be high and almost intercepted, incomplete.
Need one of those tips.
Dylan Needham almost had his pick there.
Be 3rd down.
I would like to see a little linebacker. They have only been rushing the D linemen and using the linebackers to spy Shanahan. I wouldn't mind a little bit of switch up in strategy here, maybe bringing Falcone or Cesario in on a blitz.
Exactly 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Wellesley's been pretty quiet all night on offense, but they have a little bit of momentum. Walpole trying to just keep them out of the end zone. Most likely 4-down territory. Shanahan lines up again. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Man in motion, that's Poirier. Shanahan, play fake, going deep, and he's got his man complete, but not going to get anything on that play. It's 4th down.
What a strange looking play. I don't know if you saw the receiver outside on the right coming back towards the quarterback. It was almost like it was meant to be like an illusion to keep your eye on him while he threw the ball downfield. But kind of an interesting play, strange play. No gain.
4th and 10. Big play for the Raiders. Big play for Walpole's defense.
Probably the last chance the Raiders will have in this game if they want to score. Actually, give them a yard on that play. So it's 4th and 9. The Raiders have not attempted a 4th down conversion the entirety of this game until now. 4th and 9. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dropping back is Shanahan. Pressure coming. Fires deep down the left sideline. It is
broken up nicely.
What a play. What a play.
And Walpole takes over.
That was Joe Carter on the breakup.
Boy, the Walpole DBs have been right there all night. Perfect timing on the breakup. didn't get there too early, knocked the ball away.
Great play by Carter.
Very good stand for the Timberwolves. Important stand. There was a lot of momentum on Wellesley's side here. So
Comes with 6:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. Walpole's in the driver's seat. Most likely will try to take this clock down to around, say, 4.5 minutes is their target right now.
they're going to a spread. They're a little.
Plessy's going to hand it off up the middle and gains a nice couple of yards right there.
I think that was Carter.
Yup. He's been the leading rusher for Walpole tonight.
Up to the 31, 32.
Pickup of around 6 on that play. Be 2nd and 4. Timberwolves have really dominated the time of possession in this game. It's really why they're up 28-14.
And they might still be in their running mindset, but they're showing it in a different formation right now. We'll see.
Walesky
Yep.
hands it off up the middle yet again and looks to be short of the line to gain. And it looks like a timeout called by the Raiders.
Any idea who carried that?
It's an interesting
I think it was
timeout.
a Carter
I don't think-
again.
That's Joe Carter.
I mean, did you need to take one so early? I don't know. But
Interesting decision there from the Raiders. Comes with 6:10 left to go in the fourth quarter.
This is my first game. I haven't seen the other three except bits and pieces. Does Walesky ever pull the ball down and run?
Walesky's a bit smaller. He has sneaked the ball a couple times. He's not as good as Noah McKenzie was last year. McKenzie was a big dude. Was able to sneak it, but I would be surprised if Walpole would do that right here.
It's obviously a huge weapon. You see Shanahan, for example. You see McKenzie from the last 2 years. Having the quarterback as another running option just makes it that much harder to defend. But
Right.
Yeah, Walesky's small, but he's actually pretty fast. We haven't seen a lot of him running this season, but when he has, he's done pretty well. But it's a 3rd and 1 for Walpole, coming out of the timeout. Walesky hands it off and trying to push forward for that first down.
He might have gotten it.
Oh, man, it's close. I don't know.
See where the officials spot it. Had to get to the 36-yard line. And
Was that Carter on the carry?
believe it was. And they give him the first down. Walpole moves the chains yet again.
Boy, that took a while. You think as long as it took for them to make that signal, they would actually call for the measurement. But
Right.
Yeah.
the Wellesley coach doesn't seem to be objecting. But that was huge.
Yeah, that's going to keep the clock running. Walpole now down to 5.5 minutes in this game. Not in any urgency to run a play right here.
Now Wellesley used a timeout. So they got 2 left, I believe.
Split formation for Walpole. Walesky has 2 receivers to his right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, full steam ahead, gains a couple on that play.
You could see Wellesley's linebackers cheating. Little blitz up the middle.
Now we're down to under 5 minutes in this game.
Was that Needham or Carter? I think
I
that
think
was
it was
Carter.
Falcone.
Dylan Needham.
Needham.
Need him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Walpole now bringing 2 running backs into the game. Of course, in the first half, they really primarily ran I formation, which we said, I don't really see much in high school football, but it really worked. Able to gain good yardage off those plays. Had a couple handoffs to the fullback, too. 2nd down and 7. Walesky going to keep it himself and goes down immediately.
No
Loses
gain.
a couple.
Got back to the line of scrimmage, I think.
And the clock does stop, and I believe Wellesley called a timeout on that play. So they have 1 left. the student section, stars are out for them.
With their lights on over there on the brigade.
Good to see. Now this Walpole team looked pretty dead the first 3 weeks of the season, but I gotta say after seeing them tonight, I think they got a good chance of making some noise this season. This is a pretty good Wellesley squad who's played pretty tough competition. You said they were runner-up in the carry division right now at 1-0 in their respective division, but Timberwolves are gonna escape their own field with a pretty good win going into next week against Needham. Third and 7 for the Timberwolves. Gillespie under center. I formation. Handoff up the middle. Looks like it's Falcone and gets to around the 40-yard line. So Walpole going to let this. It's actually Dylan Needham they're going to call on the play.
4th and about 5. Big play here.
Leave Walpole. Right now they're keeping their offense on the field, but they're probably just going to
I don't
let
know.
the clock wind down.
Right here, I think I'd punt.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
they're going to. They might even just call a timeout,
Yeah.
try to draw an offsides.
Yeah, they don't look too
I
urgent to.
I do not see
Line
them
up.
running a play.
Yeah. Especially in their own end. Clock is going to keep ticking.
And Walpole calls timeout.
Their timeout with 3:13 left to go in the fourth quarter.
And Filippi does come out now for Walpole.
Yeah.
So they will punt. So Tennyson Chani and Will Zalosh will be back deep for the Raiders.
Walpole did exactly what they needed to do on that drive. They took the clock down from 6:10 down to 3:13. Now the Raiders really don't have much time left on the clock, especially using the 2 timeouts. Ball will bounce. A nice Walpole bounce is going to keep going, and looks to be down and
on
around.
about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, great punt there from Felipe. He's had an excellent night. Comes with 3 minutes left to go, and Wellesley is going to be backed up in their own end.
They're going to mark it just over the 10-yard line. So we'll call it the 11.
3 minutes exactly reads on the clock.
89 yards from a touchdown, which would still leave them a 1 score behind.
Yeah. Especially Wellesley only has, I believe, 1 timeout left. Used most of them on that drive. Gonna look to throw, fires left, that's caught and immediately tackled for Wellesley.
Is that
What a
English?
great play by Jack English. He
Jack
had a blocker.
English, yeah.
He was able to shut him and make the tackle. One-on-one.
Clock continuing to tick, down to 2:40 left to go. Shanahan on a 2nd and 10 is gonna keep it himself. Gonna look down the field, still on his feet, and still not tackled, down to around the 20-yard line, I believe.
Looks like about the 19 they might mark it.
Does get out of bounds, so the clock does stop at 2:32. Called a 3rd down and 1 on the field. Also really taking their time right here.
It's not like it's a timeout. You still have to
Right.
run a play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure what's happening, but Shanahan is in the huddle. So 3rd and 1 at the 20-yard line. 4 receivers in on the play. Shanahan drops back. He's going to try to run it, and he's going to pick up the first down and more down the right sideline, slides it around the 25.
For the first time, they brought that inside linebacker. They brought Falcone. He forced him out of the pocket quickly. But I'm glad to see that they switched it up a little bit. I've been looking for that. I thought they would show it at some point.
They marked it on the 24. 1st and 10.
So a gain of around 4 on that last play. Again, the Raiders, clock is stopped, but they're not really going hurry up. Shotgun yet again. He's going to keep it himself. Shanahan looking down the field and going down immediately by Mason Falcone. What a tackle on that play.
Is he a junior?
Believe so.
Yeah, he is. Jesus, he had a good year. He had a good year last year as a sophomore. I was very impressed, and such a sure tackler.
Raiders going hurry up. Shotgun. Weird snap as he's going to have to escape. Shanahan looking and throws it away incomplete. Brings
Under
up a
2 minutes to go now. 1:56 showing on the clock.
Whistle by the officials. Not entirely sure what that was for. And it looks like a penalty. Can be holding on Wellesley.
Wellesley. Are they going to accept it?
And Wellesley's moving back. Looks like Walpole will
back
accept
the
it.
10 yards.
Yep.
Big break for Walpole if they accept it. I don't know if he's going to accept it. He may. Let's see. That would still. So you want 2nd and 18 or 3rd and. Yeah, they're going to take it.
Yeah, they're
going
to take the second down.
Down to the 15. Yeah.
So now Wellesley forced in a 2nd and long after the penalty.
2nd and about 17 or 18, I think.
Shanahan
Here
gonna
comes
take the
linebacker.
snap. Gonna look for a screen to
Same
Liebman.
play.
He's got it. Liebman now down to the 20-yard line and tackled at around the 21.
That's the same play they scored a touchdown on. Again, Milton runs that play quite a bit. It's always been effective.
The 3rd down for Wellesley.
Wide receiver starts out on the far left with 2 other wides inside him. He sort of just kind of takes a step back and cuts across, uses those 2 wides as a screen. It's a very effective play.
Call it 3rd and 11 for the Raiders. Modest gain on the last play. Strips to the left. Shanahan high snap. Shanahan looking, fires over the middle. That's caught. Lineman again, close to the sticks.
And he will be.
See if
I
they
think
give
he
to
got
him.
it. I think he got it
And yeah, looks like they're moving the sticks. First down
Yeah.
for Wellesley.
on the 35.
Now going hurry up.
Clock
Shanahan
still
looks
running.
left. That's caught again by Liebman with the screen, turning upfield and walks out of bounds around the 42. The 2nd down. Clock stops at 1:31 left to go in regulation. The gain of 8 on the last play. Second down and 2 now. Shanahan claps his hands, going to hand it off to Will Zalosh, who bursts up the field, has the first down, but that
Interesting.
clock will keep running.
Interesting to run the ball unless they're going to call a
Right.
timeout right there, which they're not.
To
Yeah,
the
Why isn't the clock running?
47.
Oh, it was a first down?
First down.
Here goes the clock.
Yeah, interesting decision right there. I'm with you, Mike. I'm not sure why Wellesley going a little bit conservative. They got to score 2 times to tie this game. Shanahan dropping way back. Shanahan trying to run. He does. Now cuts it upfield to
Flag
the 50.
coming in,
And
yeah.
a flag down. This one's most likely going to come back. So most likely will negate A good run right
Holding,
there.
yep. That'll bring it back.
Another mistake there from the Raiders. Just another wasted play. It takes more time off the clock.
So this is almost the exact opposite. Last week, Natick capitalized on Walpole untimely penalties.
Yeah.
This time, Wellesley's just killing themselves
Yeah.
on their drives by getting some really tough penalties.
And they haven't had a lot of offense
Back
tonight.
to the 38.
Shanahan now. 1st and 20. Pulls back, looking down the field, still on his feet. Shanahan's going to just throw it away, incomplete. No one was open again.
52 seconds left on the clock.
You know, they're not even rushing 4 now. They're rushing 3. The linebackers are spying Shanahan, though.
It's been a great showing by the secondary tonight. They've really stepped it up. Be 2nd and 20 now with 52 seconds left. Wellesley really starting to run out of time. Second and 20. Shanahan dancing in the pocket. Fires down the field. It's caught by Leibman. Either around the 50, turns and loses about a yard after that. Tackled around the 48-yard line. The 3rd and long. Wellesley going hurry up. Down to under 40 seconds left. And now Shanahan's going to run right up the middle. And still on his feet. Not tackled just yet. Cuts to his left and gets close to the 1st down. So good extra effort there by Shanahan, but only 20 seconds left on the clock.
They mustn't have any timeouts.
Nope, looks like they're going to call it right here.
Okay. Was that an injury? Yeah. No? They just must have called their last.
18 seconds left on the clock. It's 4th down. And barring a miracle, Walpole will finally get their first win of the season. Could not be at a better time. This is one of your more winnable games, and Walpole really capitalized it. They used their home field. They were primarily in control most of the game, and now they'll look to perhaps go on a winning streak. You play Needham next week, and then you come off the bye, you play Milton and then Braintree. 3 very winnable games. Walpole can really turn the tide. And of course, they have that weird game on November 1st where they travel to Dover, New Hampshire, a school that's around 2 hours away. So we know nothing about that team. 4th and 2 now. Last chance for the Raiders. Going to be a quick screen, and that's going to be a 1st down, turning up the field, and out of bounds at around the 32 was Tyson Charney, who's been pretty quiet tonight. Walpole really did a great job at locking him down. So 11 seconds left on the clock. And fans starting to turn for the exit right here. And it's just been a great showing considering the way Walpole played last week. They really turned it up a notch tonight. Shanahan, Walpole's only going to rush 3. He's going to fire down to the right sideline. It is going to be tipped.
Oh, it's right in his hands.
Incomplete. So 2 seconds left. Wellesley will have one more shot to perhaps make this final score a little less ugly. Yeah, Walpole almost had the interception right there. Would have been a great way to end the game.
Yeah, fine all-around effort for the Timberwolves. I thought defensively they were fantastic, especially their pass defense. And I thought the 2 inside linebackers really were sure tacklers, especially with Shanahan, the threat that he is. They had the one drive, and that was pretty much it. This one, obviously, this is kind of a scrambling drive at the end. Offensive line, congrats to them. Running back by committee, congrats to those guys for getting the tough yards.
Shanahan, the last play of the game. Eyes down the field. Fires deep to the end zone. It is going to be tipped and incomplete. And that is your final. Walpole wins by a final score of 28-14. They get their first win of the season. A great momentum shifter. And so they'll hit the road next week to take on Needham. looking to get 2 in a row.
All right, Walpole started out early, 4:38 into the game. Cole Pileski caught a 36-yard pass from his brother Blake Pileski. Matteo Filippi's kick made it 7-0. Wellesley came back on an interception to score, tied at 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Dylan Needham raced in from 13 yards out. Filippi's kick made it 14-7, and that's the way it was at halftime. Walpole came out and scored 2 TDs in this third quarter. Jack English, a 1-yard run. Cole Pileski, his second TD, a 49-yard reception from Blake. And Filippi's 2 kicks made it 28-7 at the time. It ends up 28-14. My unofficial stats for the game, Dylan Needham, 9 carries, 39 yards. Joe Carter, 14 carries, 79 yards. Mason Falcone, 29 yards on 9 carries. Jack English, 9 yards on 3 carries. Jeremiah Jean, 2 yards on 7 carries. Aiden Hoyle, 1 carry, 5 yards. Passing-wise, Pileski, 5 of 12 for 63 yards, 1 interception, 2 TDs. A very, very strong showing by the Timberwolves tonight. So, we would like to thank you for watching this Walpole Media Corporation broadcast of Walpole High School varsity football action. Once again, your final score from Turco Field, the Timberwolves 28, Wellesley 14.